Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Mass Healing Word.
You get a healing word, and you get a healing word. Everyone gets a healing word. Oprah, don't sue me. This is a third level evocation spell from the Player's Handbook. It's for clerics and added to the Bard spell list in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, I think is that book. That's the book that added all the spells lists. Right. So, bonus action. Everyone gets a d4, and when I say everyone, I mean up to 6 creatures within 60 feet of you get a d4 hit points plus your wisdom modifier. And you can upcast it for more. Don't do that. More dice, not more creatures. Because what this basically does...
That's an important distinction.
Yes. What this functionally does is you get, 5 to 6 allies. Usually that's the cap, because 7-player parties are a bear to deal with anyway. And then you, because they're within 60 feet of you, that's a really large range. 2 of them are down and unconscious, and the barbarian's, at 4 HP, and you're like, okay, everyone calm down. It's going to be fine. Mass healing word, we're leaving. That's typically the use case of Mass Healing Word. That's where it's at its best. And if you're a responsible cleric or bard, you probably put it in your sheet. And if you're an irresponsible cleric or bard, you probably don't.
Yeah. The problem is, all right, well, I guess if you have an exit plan, great. But if 2 or more of the party has gone down, yeah, this will get everybody back on their feet. But whatever has wiped half your party is still there. Mm-hmm. And that's... D4 hit points isn't going to last for a long time.
Yeah, but you have your action to do something else, like help disengage somebody, attack something with a weapon, do other cleric-y stuff. It is a lot better than them being at 0, because they can get a turn. So, a lot of times, you'll get 2 people up, one of them gets a turn, the other one goes back down. That's a win, right? That's a big W, because that player's not making a failed death saving, they're going back to 0. So, you're in at least a situation where somebody is going to get a turn in combat that they weren't otherwise going to get at a great range. That's what Healing Word tends to do at its best. Is it worth a 3rd level slot when Healing Word's just hitting right there? And most of the time, Healing Word's going to be doing the same thing, because it's going to get 1 person off 0, and that's normally all you need.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this is the in case of emergency lever, right? This is the fire axe on the wall with the glass in front of it that you don't want to have to break, but you go, crap, I have to, thank goodness I got a 3rd level slot banked for Revivify, smash it, grab the axe. The axe is Mass Healing Word in this example. And then a bunch of people get up, and hopefully no one dies.
Yeah, because you just used your Revivify slot.
Correct. I like the tension between this and Revivify as the in case of emergency spells. Just because if you have both, you go down a 1/3 level spell slot left and level 7 or 8, you're like, uh-oh. I can save one of you, or I can try to save both of you.
All right, I guess the biggest comparison here is this against Mass Cure Wounds.
Which is a 2 levels higher, gives you base 3d8 plus mod, and also heals within a radius smaller. It heals 30-foot radius, opposed to 60-foot radius,
all right, yeah, it's a smaller radius, same range.
Yeah,
but I mean the range is a little bit longer because you can center it 30 feet away, and it'll extend beyond that, or center it 60 feet away.
Yes,
it depends on I guess your party's position on the map. If you are 90 feet away and you're just hanging back because you're in a bad shape, and the rest of the party is clustered together around some big enemy, this Mass Cure Wounds could be. And the other thing is 3d8 plus your ability modifier is if 2 or more people go down, this puts everybody on their feet, gives them the ability to maybe take a hit, and then whoever is not dead, it's a decent little chunk of damage. This it's got a different kind of utility, I think, than Mass Healing Word.
I mean, my biggest gripe is that you can upcast Mass Healing Word if you really want to try and create that buffer, and it's a difference of 2 hit points ish on average per dice, because it's D4 to D8 is about 2 on average different. So you're going for 6 extra hit points. You have to prepare Mass Healing or Cure Wounds, and it has the niche upside again of maybe you have a 30-foot range where everyone's a place within 60 feet that gives a 30-foot radius that reaches people to the west couldn't. Alternatively, the upside of the Mass Healing Words range is you can hit 2 targets that are 120 feet apart because it's from you. You're the center, so you could reach more people in a wider spread from you. Again, I would say that's kind of moot on both fronts. I don't think either is particularly better than the other. What I do think is notable is Mass Healing Word you can prepare just Mass Healing Word and get a pretty close approximation to Mass Cure Wounds if you really want it by just upcasting, and that's where I'm like, I don't know if I really care. 6 hit points is enough for me to take mass heal wound or mass cure wounds in addition to mass healing word.
And bonus action versus action.
Yeah, huge difference there.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit less so in the upper tiers, namely because your action gets worse, right? If your attack rolls aren't as impactful, you care less about spending an action to do this effect. It's better in the low tiers when clerics doing a lot of powerful attacks. It's better in the low tiers when cantrips matter more because the bonus action plus action feels like it has a larger impact on combat, where you're not only getting ally off 0, you're meaningfully contributing to dropping enemies. When your spells are what typically are meaningfully contributing to dropping enemies, the action cost or the bonus action cost still eats your action, as it were, because you can't also cast like a 4th or 5th level spell alongside that, right? So tier matters.
Yes, but then again, your action, you can use it to attack, and if things are going that bad, that attack might make the difference.
You can also dodge, disengage, dash. Being able to if you're in a really big space, moving 60 feet and then throwing in a mass healing word does give you a better range than a 30-foot plus mass cure wounds. So that's something.
All right, good points. I mean, this not a whole lot else to say. This is going to be the same discussion essentially as mass or regular healing word versus regular cure wounds.
Yeah, touch is a huge difference there also for what that's worth, right?
That's true.
Touch is way, way, way worse than a 30-foot range or 30-foot sphere at a 60-foot range, right? I don't think honestly, mass cure wounds doesn't feel like an upgraded cure wounds. It feels like a different spell. It feels like a healing word, honestly, that had cost you an action. Because the perk of healing word is a 60-foot range bonus action. Just get it down. I think neither is terrible. I think mass healing word is better. I think if you're going to prepare any, I would probably just prepare mass healing word. Honestly, there are going to be a lot of tables that will take this or Revivify, and I think that's probably fine. I can also see there being clerics at lower power tables, or not necessarily lower power, less lethal tables, where you don't take mass healing word at all because you don't anticipate going down, period. Or you just put healing word, that's good enough, and then you've got plenty of other juice to fire off with your 3rd level spell slots, and Revivify shouldn't be an issue as long as everyone does their job.
That's true. Healing word just might be enough because, I mean, even if 2 characters go down, like, things are grim. We're going to fight our way out of this or not. It's just going to eat up an extra bonus action.
And a real thing, right? The healing word leaves your 3rd level slot for the Revivify.
Yes. Still.
I've talked myself down on this a lot.
What's that?
I talked myself down on this quite a bit. I was higher on this when we started the video. I was like, yeah, this is a pretty reasonable spell. I put on a lot of clerics. I'm like, do I? Maybe not.
I just don't see the situation happening often enough to where this is going to be a huge upgrade over a regular healing word.
I think if you're probably like past 7th, 8th, 9th level, and you're getting to that tier where you've got a little bit of extra room to stick the lower tier spells being 3rd level, stick them on your sheet as prepared options. This is probably a good one to have. I just don't know if I'm like at 5th level ever like, yes, I need this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've talked myself down as well, because when I got on here, I was thinking, all right, even if 1 character goes down, you cast this, everybody else gets a little extra juice, but I mean, it's like 2 points.
It's a D4 plus 3 or 4 or 5.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it is a hit against smaller creatures, and half a hit against larger creatures sometimes still makes the difference, right? So the extra healing isn't nothing.
Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to make the difference.
I think it's a 3.
Then again, if it didn't make, if you were doing these calculations and you got into this fight, that you probably miscalculated anyway. So
yeah, if 3 people are unconscious, you go, oh crap, either me or the DM screwed up, and I don't know how we're gonna figure this out, but we're gonna have to use some amount of mass healing word to get there.
All right, you were rating it?
Yeah, 3 sounds good to me.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's middle of the road. Don't love it, don't hate it.
It'll be fine with a lot of characters. It does a good job of doing what it does. What it does is important. Do you need it? Probably not, but it can still be helpful.
All right, 3 it is. That was Mass Healing Word. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know what you think of Mass Healing Word down in the comments. And we'll be back with another spell or something later. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.